Testing 1, 2, 3. Can anybody hear me if I acted less like me? Let me know if we have audio. I don't even have chat up, but theoretically, let me know if we have audio. It is the first time we've done a live in way too long. Whoa, we have audio. We have audio. Okay, close. I don't know what's happening here. Okay, turn this up over here. What just happened? Okay, I paused the video. That makes sense. Let's turn the audio off. Let's place it over here. Sounds good. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate it. Let me pop out chat. Let me just get this going. I know. It's been a while. How are all of you doing? Dear Lord, I made live chat. We have audio. Switch to live. I already switched to live, George. We gotcha. Pop out chat. I could do all this before hitting go, but then I wouldn't be able to test the audio. So, okay. Oh, I always forgot that part. When I do pop-out chat, fun fact, when you hit live chat, then pop-out chat, YouTube decides to be stupid and goes back to top chat. Why do they sit there and say, hey, now that you want it popped out, we assume you want to go back to top? No idea, but they decide that, so I have to do live twice because I start by being proactive. Okay, here early at work, maybe it's on the stream. Awesome, wow, it's really happening, it's been too long. Yes, Remy, it has been way too long. It's been a month. It has been a month. Moving and travel, I've had multiple people tell me that I look down in videos. Not necessarily down, but either exhausted or burnt out. And it is 100% true that I have been absolutely exhausted, but not burnt out. It's very, very different. And I don't know, if I am burnt out on some parts of what I do, but I think realistically one part. There's one part I'm burnt out on, which is prototype rules. I am very burnt out when I have a prototype and the rules are like a prototype rule. And there's different games. If you play Nemesis Retaliation, the rules I get from Awakened Realms are very much prototype rules. Whereas if I play Mythic Battles Isfet, that was basically a finished game. The rules were basically finished. So and Luthia was deluxe. Luthia was a very deluxe rules, but then it's a mix. So prototype rules is an area that I'm definitely burnt out on. But other than that, it's just been busy. It's been overwhelming, but good. Even now, I think realistically, I want to say yesterday. Yesterday was the first day since the beginning of June that I kind of didn't feel I had 7 large things about to collapse in on me. Again, not burnt out, just too much. But yesterday was the first day. It was very, very nice. It was very nice. I had things to do. I always have things to do. But I wasn't okay, great, I have to do these 5 things or something's going to go wrong. It was I got to get stuff done. That's okay. That's normal. That's life. We all have jobs. We all have responsibilities. So yeah, it's been a month. It's been a month. But I am good. I'm feeling caught up. I'm feeling enthusiastic again. And now we have Gen Con in 2 weeks. Yay! Gen Con's exciting. Gen Con's not a problem itself. The fact that I had 3 weeks between Dice Tower East ending and Gen Con beginning, 3 weeks is a lot. Do you know what I can do with 3 weeks of uninterrupted time? There's so much I can do. I can play games. I can film videos. I can get caught up. It's a wonderful thing. Board Collect, it's been a week. I need this. Board Collect. Other Joe, how are you doing? What kind of week has it been? Tell me more. Tell us your problems. Pretend we're at a bar. You just tipped me a very large amount of money, and I'm just here to listen to your problems. So, Abby, I'm peacefully meditating in the silence that is the BGC live countdown. Yeah, so I actually, fun fact, a while ago, this is the problem. I need to... Some things in life take time, and some things don't take that much time, but they still take time, and doing them just whatever. But with the BGC live countdown, first of all, I need to change it. It shouldn't be 5 minutes, it needs to be 2 minutes. But I don't actually know how to do that. I'm just using the 5-minute countdown from the one that Meg threw together who knows how long ago when we were streaming on Camp Co-op on Twitch, so I've just been using that. But basically, the 5-minute live countdown, I need to change that to 2 minutes because it shouldn't be 5 minutes. That's number one. Secondly is I need to add music, which I did once before. The problem is I added music that's supposed to be copyright free. I found free use royalty free music and I added it, and then immediately my video got copyright strike. Not copyright strike, copyright. There's 2 things. There's a strike and then there's just infringement or whatever it's called. But I didn't get a strike, but it was oh, copyright takedown notice, monetization claim, whatever it is. And I was okay, well then I'm taking off the music. So I have to get music again and try that out. I don't like the silence of the live stream either. I think countdown should be joyful and bubbly and be da 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 da. Whether it's Marvel United or the Hamster Cult, whether you see a grown up. Oh wait, I forgot this. Whether it's Marvel United or the Hamster Cult, is he a grown-ass child or an immature adult? You know it's Devin. Devin Talks Tabletop. Now I can do that for 5 minutes straight, but I don't know if that's great for 5 minutes straight. It's great for a 2-second jingle. The unemployed lawyer. Why are the other people scrap mommy not the Joe? Unemployed, listen, mate, get a job, you bum. He's trying, George. He's Joe. He's trying, Joe. I call you George. George, you thought this was a one-on-one chat with Alex? Board Collect, I'm trying. Aaron Taylor, hello, everyone. Board Collect, we can hear you. The unemployed, obviously. Aaron Taylor sounds good. Unemployed, we have audio Alex, also switch to live chat. Done. Jacob Justice, loud and clear. Swebby, will you turn the handsomeness down? You're looking good. You are a sweetheart. I appreciate that. Duke Johnny, nice t-shirt Alex. Do you get a chance to play Deep Rock Galactic? Yes, I played Deep Rock Galactic exactly twice. I need to play it more so I can review it, but I played it twice and I was like, I'll play it more. And I didn't get around to the playing it more part. So I need to do that, but yeah, and also thanks. I like the shirt. This is my morbid one. What does it say again? This one says, the end is nay. The end is nay. That's fun. I like that. Have you noticed T-Turtle no longer sells Marvel-themed stuff? Like, they seem to have completely cut ties with Disney, which is a shame, because I still want more of those Encanto shirts. Aaron Taylor, will there be any camp co-op events at Gen Con? I like to play some games with everyone. Aww. That would have been a great idea. But no. Sadly not. Unfortunately, I'm sorry about that. And there's no camp co-op events at Gen Con. And I feel like there should be. Aaron the Stump Games, message retracted. I agree. We'll retract the message as well. Ben Carter, Cartier. It's been a year since I last asked if you had a chance to play Clash of Cultures yet. Glad you haven't got rid of it. I'm not getting rid of it until I properly play it, but no. I play a lot of games, but some games manage to get shifted down to that eternal dumpster pile of never getting played. And sometimes those games eventually leave when I give up hope. I'm not giving up hope in Clash of Cultures because I played the original one and I liked it. Okay, let's see. Board Collect, blah, blah, just been a year. Board Collect, just a long week at work. Being a supervisor is draining, but excited I get to guest on a Twitch live stream tonight, so moving towards fun positive. Ooh, let me know. What Twitch live stream? Also, being a supervisor at work is draining. Fun fact, let's go to story time. Let's do a little bit of story time over here. So, story time is that the very first time I quit/got fired, and I may have talked about this before, especially if you watched my history of BoardGameCo, which I did that series a while ago. I jabbed my finger really bad today, but it's a pressure jab. Something was in between two things, so keeps bugging me. But if you watch the history of BoardGameCo, you might know this. If not, who knows? And either way, so my first job, real job, grown-up job, not my first I don't know, teenage job. My first grown-up job was I started working in a warehouse. That they were a company that sold food and medical supplies primarily to nursing homes. So that was their main audience, nursing homes, main customer base, food and medical supplies to nursing homes. I started in the warehouse. In the first year or so, they moved me up to purchasing, and then they moved me up to head purchaser because, well, longer story, but they moved me up to head purchaser. I started writing programs and code for them and basically optimizing their purchasing stuff. I learned how to code because their stuff was not great. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was that's how I got into coding in the first place. I wasn't a coder. I didn't go to school for coding, but in subsequent jobs, I did coding, both on my own as well as for BoardGameCo, as well as for other jobs, but I got into it because I learned how to code to be able to improve their purchasing system. I did that so I kind of did warehouse for a year-ish, then grew into purchasing, did that for around 2 years, and then at around 2 years in, around 3 years in total, they moved me to management. And I expressed to them that I did not want to do management. I wanted to just be a very good purchaser who wrote good code and good programs and saved them a lot of time and money. But they decided to put me into a management role. And the problem is they put me into a management role without giving me any proper tools to be able to properly manage things. Including one of the people I was managing was the boss's son. But I didn't have any tools or agency or anything. And I'd say two things. They didn't give me any tools to manage, and also I was new at this. So I didn't know how to manage people well. I have, by the way, in other past jobs, I've gotten better at it. But it is, at the time, was not great. And that led to me being very dissatisfied with my job because the things I was good at, I wasn't able to do anymore. And the things I was not good at and felt stuck in is the thing I was doing all day long. And that I got progressively more and more dissatisfied. And it got to a point where I had a meeting with my boss, maybe 6 months after the whole management thing started. And it was a meeting, we grabbed dinner, whatever it is, and he asked me, he's like, oh, so how are things going? And I was like, I'm very appreciative of the job I've gotten here, and I'm very appreciative of the things I've learned. And it's been a good, 3 years. But I do think I'm at the point where I would take less money to work elsewhere. And he said, I hear that, and I think we are going to let you go. So that's why I say I quit/got fired. And it's actually fun, because I stayed close with the company. I continued to do work for them on the side and contract basis, but I just stopped working for them officially, because I wrote all their code and all their programs, so I continued to work for them separately. But years later, I asked the person who fired me, I said, was I going to be fired there regardless? Or was it because of what I said? And he said it really depended on how it went. He's like, we knew you were dissatisfied, and it depended on how the conversation went, but I walked in knowing there's a decent chance we were going to fire you, and it just depended on how things went. So fun fact, why did we get into this? Oh, because you're a supervisor and you're draining, and I don't like being a supervisor. Anyways, since then, at subsequent jobs, my next job, I did move into a supervisor role eventually as well, but by then I actually had changed my approach, and now I actually really like I don't mind managing people and working with people now. At the time, I just wasn't good at it. So at me, I've heard that Meg's on the BGC payroll and could create a 2-minute countdown for you. You're not wrong. It's technically not her job, though. So, like, I haven't really thought to ask her. And the problem is, here's the thing. So this is a fun fact to the BGC payroll situation. I give a lot of pressure to Meg to get the preview stuff done because she has all the previous stuff. And that means I put a lot of pressure, like, this is a timeline, this is a timeline. So, like, and because of that, I am mindful about if I have things that I need to get done, and then nice extras, I don't want to put the nice extras on the plate because I'd rather focus on things that need to get done. So that's the issue there. But I could theoretically ask. James Sullivan, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, James. CR Pool, hello. Wow, that is a big glass of gin. This is a big glass of seltzer. Thank you very much. Like, I don't mind drinking, but I'm not going to drink this much or whatever. Like, if you see me drinking this much, it's going to be like a screwdriver. That's it. Like, maybe. Or wine. I'll do wine this much. But I do mixed drinks, I do wine, I don't love beer, I'll take a sip here and there, but I don't love beer, and I don't love hard alcohol. Mixed drinks and wine, those are my things. So at me, Board Collect, tell us more about the Twitch livestream. CR Pool, have you reviewed the board games Azure Nehemiah and Perm? I am familiar with both, more familiar with Azure Nehemiah, I have not reviewed or played either of them. Although obviously I should. Jacob Justice, my family played Brass Birmingham for the first time. The Canal era was incredible, and I already had this game jumping in my top 5. Then the Barrel era happened. It was brutal. Jacob, yeah, one thing about Brass Birmingham is it actually gets better when you start planning around that. Because it changes the whole way you approach the game when you're like, okay, here's what I'm building for the future, and here's what I'm building for the right now. Because if you can get those level 2 buildings out as fast as possible, they'll score you twice. Whereas the level 1 buildings will all go away. So you want to try to work your way towards those and possibly skip development steps to get there. It really becomes its own little mini game of how do you efficiently optimize around it. Vast Birmingham is a delightful game that I should play more often, which I could say about half the games in my collection. So at me, I'm on Nerd and Correct tonight playing Codenames. Alex has been on it before. Oh, Nerd and Correct. I like Codenames. I like it. I need to figure out what I'm actually going on. James, Alex, I imagine you already know this, but Army of the Dead releases tomorrow, $109.99. I did not know that. Fun fact, okay, fun fact. This is, again, it's more behind the scenes stuff. Army of the Dead showed up yesterday. I had no idea the timing of it. I didn't know anything about it. Simon sent it to me. I assume Simon sent it to me. It's possible Asmodee sent it to me because I have reps at both, and technically it's under the Asmodee umbrella too. But they sent me Army of the Dead. And this is like some behind the scenes stuff here, okay? Nothing drastic, nothing too controversial, but when I had DC United, okay, so they sent me DC United, non-sponsored coverage, both these are non-sponsored. They sent me DC United, and I said to them, great, I have an unboxing. When am I allowed to put it out? Because I was mindful, like, are there timelines? I don't know. I don't want to sit there and mess with anyone. And they said, oh, no problem, great. Can you put it out, 3 weeks from now? They gave me a date, okay? No problem. Then the next day, Man vs. Meeple put out their own unboxing of the game. And I was like, either they didn't ask or they got a different answer, and I have to assume they just didn't ask. So I was like, that's not cool. Like, if somebody beats me to the punch, they beat me to the punch. That's cool, fair and square. But if I had the content done and there was no official what's it called? There's a term, embargo. If there's no official embargo, I was like, I'm just going to go ahead. I should put it out. And so when I got Army of the Dead, I started typing up an email to them because I don't want to step on toes. So I started typing up, and Simon, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I started typing up an email to them being like, when am I allowed to put out content on this game? And I was like, oh, it's going to happen again. Someone else is going to get the game. Someone else is going to have an unboxing or a gameplay or a review up first. I was like, nope, they didn't tell me there's an embargo. They sent me the game. That's on them. If I need to take down the video, I will. Like, that I would do, but that's annoying to do. But I would take down the video if they asked me to. But I was like, nope, I'm not asking. I'm just putting my unboxing up. And I still have not been sure if it's okay, although the fact that it goes on sale for $109.99 does make it more likely that it's okay to have the content up. But yeah, I specifically was like, the last time I was polite and I asked, and don't get me wrong, I will always respect an actual embargo, but there is a difference between an embargo and me wondering if there's an embargo. Those are two different things, and the responsibility, in my opinion, is on them. I was just trying to be polite, and I did not get the first video out on DC United because I was trying to be polite. Subby, Camp Co-op only camps out at Level Up. Join us there. Yeah, it should. Actually, that's not true. That's not true, Subby. Camp Co-op has an event at PAX Unplugged every year. It's kind of a mini, it's an informal get-together, but PAX Unplugged, I say every year, it's been 2 years. I assume we'll do it this year. PAX Unplugged, we do a little mini Camp Co-op get-together. Join the Discord if you want to find out more. And if you don't know about the Discord, then, I don't know. Okay. Subby, Joe Awesome, I'll try to watch. Aaron Taylor, I would have gone if it wasn't doing tax season. George Castellan, how's it working for Gamefound? I like it. I don't love it the same way I do content creation, but I do like it. It allows me to talk to the same people who I like in the industry. There's something nice about being part of a growing ecosystem, a growing platform that is, how to phrase this? I've been covering crowdfunding for a long time. I've been immersed in the crowdfunding world for a longer time. There is something nice about being a part of something that is taking a big part of the tabletop crowdfunding space. So it's fun. It's fun to be a part of that. I appreciate being a part of Gamefound, and I get to mostly get to talk to other creators who I already like. There's not the same level of passion. Like, my passion for talking about board games is not going to be the same for my passion talking about Gamefound, but it is a very, very good job. It's the second best job I've ever had. The best job I've ever had is the one I'm doing right now, talking to you. Duke Johnny, one more question. Can you tell us if Awakened Realms is going to send you a copy of Lands of Evershade test preview? I'm very interested in that game. Cheers. I would imagine that they would. I mean, they haven't told me yet, so I don't know, but they've sent me the last few games to cover, so I imagine I'm getting it. Aaron, I'll ask the IRS to move tax season so you can attend. Thank you, Swebme. I appreciate it. Aaron Taylor appreciates it as well. Around the Stump Games, the redacted mentioned to me a pause and sent you a very prototypey rulebook while you're burned out of them, but I failed to add context. Glad to see you well. I just realized you are Around the Stump Games. I don't think I haven't responded to your Facebook message yet. So, okay. Sorry. Yes. So, I haven't looked at your rulebook yet, so I can't comment on the individual one. The main thing I'll say is, don't worry about you. I have to set my own boundaries. As a creator, I have to set my own boundaries for my own not being burnt out and stuff. So never worry about doing what you need to do. It is true that I have the combination of me being burnt out on prototypes and Meg taking over the preview work, doing preview work in the first place when we used to not do preview work, means I still do cover crowdfunding games, but I am a lot more particular about, meaning crowdfunding games as in prototypes, games that don't yet exist. I still do cover them. I just did Luthier, I did Blood, I did Luthier, I did Blood, I did Grim Coven. What else did I play? I have Cyberpunk 2077 on my table. Like, I still will cover prototype games, and not just big box. I granted those are all big box creators, but not just big box creators. There are smaller games sometimes that will appeal to me as well, but it kind of needs to have one of two things or both, and that's where we are right now. Otherwise, I sit there and say, here are our preview rates, and you can sponsor a preview if you want to do that. Otherwise, I'm not going to cover it. Now, I'm a lot more flexible with retail games. When you are a final retail game, I'm a lot more flexible. Another factor in that, by the way, is if I review a prototype, I usually try not to be too mean to prototypes, meaning if I would give a prototype a score of less than 3, there are exceptions, I usually will not cover it. The exceptions are usually I'll tell the creator, hey, I'm still spending time with this, either I do content or I don't. Like, for example, Flames of Fafnir, I told them, I was like, you can send me the new balance kit, but if I continue to put time into it, I'm definitely putting out a video. And they said they want that, so that was why my Flames of Fafnir video was kind of meh on it. But anyways, I try to give more leeway to prototypes, and if it would be less than a 3, I would rather just not cover it. Versus retail games, I'll cover anything. And so effectively, prototypes are more work, less reward. I sometimes don't even cover them after putting in the work, and so it's just harder. So I am more burnt out in covering prototypes, and I will reserve it for one of two cases, or a combination of both. Either my interest level in the game is that much higher. So for example, with something like Lands of Evershade, I guarantee you Awakened Realms is not going to send me the best rulebook, but my interest level in Lands of Evershade is higher. My interest level in Cyberpunk 2077 is higher. So anything I have a higher interest level, I will be more likely to cover. And then the other category is if your rulebook looks good. If your rulebook looks like a final rulebook where it's actually like good assets, good design, good examples, illustrations, and all that, then I am more likely to cover it as well. If it doesn't fall into both of those categories or some combination of it, meaning effectively having a good rulebook helps. If it's not a good rulebook, my interest has to be that much higher. And it's not to say that it's not a guarantee that I'll cover anything with a good rulebook. It just means that my interest has to be here for a good rulebook and here for a bad rulebook. But otherwise, yeah, it is very likely I will say no to things that don't have the nicest looking rulebooks. So it's more likely I'll say no to something that looks like a prototype rulebook. Aaron Taylor, have you talked to Seaman about Rum and Bones? Oh, good question. No. The answer is no. The tricky part is the thing I have yet to deal with, but I will have to at some point, is at some point in some way, someone's going to ask me a direct question about something that I do know the answer to and I'm not allowed to say. Now, I'm trying to think, how would I deal with that? If, let's say I knew Rum and Bones was coming, and again, I don't. I haven't talked to them yet. I should. But let's say I knew Rum and Bones was coming, and it was a secret. Because, for example, not to get into it, I do know Simon's, because of Gamefound, I do know Simon's lineup for the rest of the year. So I do have information. Although technically I just told you that Rum and Bones is not coming this year. So, awkward. Whatever, we're down to like 5 months left. It's not the biggest deal. Hopefully, it's fine. Hopefully I don't find out. Anyways, so how can I deal with the knowledge that I have around? Oh, also I'll throw in, fun fact, okay, this is what I'll give you, okay? So I'll give you that. I do know C1's lineup for the rest of the year, but there was one surprise on that lineup, meaning effectively there was a game that already happened that wasn't on the lineup that I knew about. So I don't guarantee know everything. There you go. I've rescued myself. I've saved myself a little bit. It is true, though. That is actually true. I just happens to be relevant. So how would I deal with it if you asked me, have I spoken to Rum Bones, and I knew the answer. I knew Rum Bones was coming. Again, it's not. I don't know. Oh, I shouldn't say it's not. I don't know that it's coming. I don't know if it exists at all. How would I deal with that? I could skip the question. Strap me. I already told you. I know that's easy to skip it now. I could skip the question. Or I could be coy about it. Because I don't want to lie to you about it. But I'd probably skip the question to be somewhat coy. I don't know. If I ever do have to lie to you about something, I apologize. Sometimes, like, my hands are tied, but I prefer to... I'd rather be coy or dance around a question than directly lie. Just whatever. Anyways, George, Jessica, Link... I was thinking of... where are we? Okay. George Castellan. I was thinking of contacting Gamefound to potentially work for them. I have over 10 years of experience on their tech stack and thought it was a perfect fit, but I think they are in Poland. George, they are in Poland, and it's going to be very hard. You're welcome to apply. Send me an email. I'll get you the application or someone who you could talk to. The practical reality is, if you are the developing side of the team is in Poland, and that does mean most of the team's in Poland, but on the sales side, which is where I am, they do want people in the US specifically. On the development side, if you weren't in Poland, you would both be at a disadvantage because you're not in the office with everyone else. That's not doable, but it's a disadvantage. And then the trickier part is the economy just makes it so that you're able to pay less in Poland. So you'd have to be like twice as good as their average developer, which makes it less likely. Not impossible. So that's why if you email me, I'm happy to try to figure out the next steps. But it is less likely just because probably what you'd be looking for is probably not viable. Duke, Johnny, George Castellan. Yep, the company is located in Poland, Wrocław specifically. But why not give it a shot anyway? Duke, how did you know it was in Wrocław? Also, for those who know Polish, that's not Wrocław, that's Wrocław. I think I'm saying it roughly correctly, but that Wrocław is pronounced Wrocław. Okay, it has been an interesting journey trying to figure out all the names of the people I work with and how they're pronounced, because Wrocław is Wrocław. Wrocław. I think I'm saying it correctly. Anyways, so what? I was not listening. I have to take a phone call. Okay. Alex is almost caught up in comments. That's just unacceptable. He needs to be at least 20 minutes behind. More questions, please. I've been roughly in the same place. I've been roughly like 5 to 10 questions behind at any given point today. I've never gotten too caught up, but I've never gotten too far back. Duke Johnny, spot on pronunciation of Wrocław. So, Duke Johnny, are you from Poland? Is that what's going on here? And Zylbo, pretty good pronunciation. Who are you people? Are you all from Poland? I don't know where you're all from. I know this because I live in that city too. That's a good reason to know it. I have not visited Gamefound in a while. I should go back at some point. And yeah, because I visited, it was kind of important that I get the name of the place I'm in right, because that's important. Alright, Alex almost George, Game Folks question. What do you think of the top 3 games for children? I have an 18-month-old and I want him into board games as soon as possible. 18 months is a lot. The earliest game I ever played with my kids was a game called Unicorns in the Clouds, or Glitter Cluck something, I don't know, but Unicorns in the Clouds from Hava Games was the first game I played with Ricky ever. I believe she was 3. You make no decisions, you roll the die, and move that many spaces. It's Candyland with one big difference. It plays in 20 minutes instead of way too long. So it's it's a good game for kids. But at the age of 3, there's not a lot of games that I'd really recommend. That might be one of them. Once you can move to 4 or 5, I think you have a lot more agency. But at 3, there's just not that much they really have the processing. Most children will not have the processing power, that's a computer, to deal with what you need to do in terms of game decisions. You really need the games that have no decisions, that just have game structure. When you get to 4 or 5, I think there are more. I think there are some others. Rhino Hero could be very helpful for a 4 or 5-year-old. What was one? I used to play Potion Explosion without the full rule set, just because my kids would like exploding the marbles, so they had a lot of fun trying to create those pattern colors when they were younger. Leo the Lion is one that I consistently hold on to and use to this day. I think it's excellent. One that my 4-year-old and 5-year-old, my 4-year-old, who's turning 5 very shortly. My 4-year-old, he really likes a bunch of these games that we just started playing. We have reviews coming soon. Steal the Bacon, Moose Match Mayhem, Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza. He loves playing those. He's not very good at them, but he loves playing those. So there's a few over there. I don't know why Starman told me to link Discord, but here's a link. George, Alex mentioned Discord and you weren't here to do your job. I didn't cover for you. Shamefaced. What is CMON's lineup for the rest of the year? Strab So, CMON's lineup for the rest of the year is a bunch more games. That's as much as you're going to get from me. I guess I could be a drop of a tease. I'm very excited about one of them. I'll say that. That's what we'll say. I'm very excited about one of them. What does that mean? Could be anything. Board Collect. To deal with the do you know about question, a good response is I'm not allowed to talk about things like that if I officially know about them. Board Collect. Here's the tricky part. I agree with you, but here's the tricky part. I would rather be able to say yes or no to the things that I am allowed to talk about and the things that I do know about. So, meaning if you ask me, hey, is Simon going to be putting out, I'm just coming up with whatever I can off the top of my head. Is Simon, is there any zombie movies out there that are popular that are not zombicide? I don't know. I don't even know. I can't. Is this, okay? Is Simon working with Zack Snyder to incorporate what was his most recent movie universe? Whatever it was, the newest Star Wars offshoot universe. But is Simon working with Zack Snyder and that IP, whatever that IP is called? I'm just going to say no, or not that I know of. I don't want to have to say to everything I'm not allowed to talk about things because of my capacity. Because effectively, for it to be meaningful, I'd have to either say it to every question you ever ask, because if I don't, then the times I do say it means there's something to hide. If that makes sense? So I either have to be consistent with my answers when I would rather just say no, or I have to say it the times where I have something to hide, and then you know I have something to hide. That's the tricky part of that answer. But otherwise, it'd be great. Couldn't you just say that you can't say? Same answer. Same kind of situation. The issue is just that aspect. Simon picked up Warm Bodies. Exactly. If you said, hey, is Simon doing a Warm Bodies version of Zombicide? I'll just be like, no, or not that I know of. I'd rather say that as opposed to be consistent and to have the answer meaningful. I'd have to be like, oh, I can't say. I'm not allowed to say whether Simon's working with Warm Bodies, because otherwise the times I say it, it means they are. So that's the tricky part there. Spot on pronunciation, pretty good pronunciation. I know this because I live in that city. Yeah, if you know the city, you should definitely know. So that means they are all Gamefound spies to make sure you, or more likely Meg, don't break NDA. That's funny. Duke Johnny, they occasionally arrange tests for Awakened Realms tests in the city. That's how I knew Gamefound and AR are located there. Ooh, that's fun. That's gotta be a fun thing to do. Fun fact, and I was in Wroclaw. I didn't even visit Awakened Realms. I was too busy doing Gamefound stuff, and the Awakened Realms we were kind of going to do a tour, but just never ended up happening. Jacob Justice, played Terraforming Mars for the first time, absolutely loved it. Besides Prelude, why should I add expansions? I don't feel like I need anything else. How do you normally play Terraforming Mars? With Prelude. That's it. The other expansions, they're all okay. I have not played Venus Next. It's the only one I haven't played. The rest of them I've played, and I think that they are all fun, but they also add downtime and rules complexity, and I don't think they add enough of that to be, well, not downtime, length of the game and rules complexity. And I don't think they add enough of that to be worth what they add. So I play with Prelude, and the other ones I am willing to play with, and I don't play with. I still do want to try Venus Next, though, because I want to knock that off my list. Chad Stilson, sorry if you haven't been asked about Arcs already, but have you played it, though? Thoughts? I've been asked in a bunch of YouTube comments, because apparently it's been a big deal the past few weeks, but I have not played Arcs. And nor do I plan on picking it up. I never played Oath. I mean, if Leader Games sent me a copy of Arcs, I'd cover it then. But I'm saying, I don't care enough. I guess I love Root. I do love Root. But Leader Games, other games, just haven't pulled me in enough. Is it likely that I will at some point try Arcs and be blown away? Sure, but because there's always too many games to play. I don't try to get myself excited if I'm not naturally excited. Eventually, maybe I'll pick it up. Like something like Thunder Road Vendetta, I wasn't excited about it. And then after 2 years of people being like, this is the best game ever, I was like, fine, I will try it. I have not tried it yet, but I do want to try it now. So yeah, it's... the only thing that makes me want to play Arcs is the sheer amount of buzz around it. And also, and this is another fun fact, no dig at Shut Up and Down. No dig at all. But historically, them liking a game has not translated into me liking the game. If anything, it is more... If anything, I would say, if I had to make a rough guess, I'd say 70% of the time I disagree with Shut Up and Down. Not 100% of the time. Sometimes I agree. But I'd say 70% of the time I disagree with them. And if they like X, I don't like X. And if they don't like X, I do like X. And that means that the fact that they love Arcs does mean that there's a higher chance that I won't love Arcs. Now, I don't know if this is still true with Tom specifically, because this goes back years. So I don't know if I've paid enough attention to Tom's coverage and Tom's opinions to know specifically, Tom from Shut Up and Sit Down, to know if I align with him today. So yeah, either way, I'll happily play Arcs. I'm not gonna try to pick it up, at least not right now. Jacob Justice, my favorite game. My 2-year-old is just starting to play games with me. He loves Animals Upon Animals. Yeah, that, Rhino Hero, those are both like good balancing games. Not a lot of rules. Simon picked up Warm Bodies. Not exactly. We covered that. Jacob Justice, Terminal makes the game long and adds politics, which can be much fun to push the agenda. Colonies gives you more flexibility in getting resources. Venus just adds Venus, my least favorite. So the one I haven't played is your least favorite. Good to know. But Turmoil, I liked the politics. I did like the politics. It just made the game so much longer. And Colonies was cute, but I don't know if Colonies was... I don't know if colonies was super impactful. It was more rules overhead and something else to manage. But again, it's just okay. Successful. Thank you for being a member for 17 months now. It is a shame that my last live stream was so long ago that a full month passed. Like, my last live stream was, I think, May 23rd, something like that. Like, that's way too long ago. Way too long ago. I'm happy to be back. Oh, and fun fact, I will be back next week with another live stream, because again, the Thursday live stream is supposed to be the part of the schedule. Next week, I will be back with the Thursday live stream, and the week after that is going to be Gen Con. There may, for those of you who do tune in for the Camp Co-op live streams that have been Tuesday night, I don't know what the current plan with those is. I would love to bring them back. Let me get a little more settled first before I try to examine that. I still haven't finished My Island. My Island still needs a few more games. It's unbelievable. But anyways, yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But next week there'll be a live stream. Same time, same place. Sebby, what are you planning to play today? Ooh, today. Okay, let's give you the potential agenda for today. I say potential because potential does not always equal to actually happening. Okay. Here's what I hope to film today and play today. I hope to film and play a gameplay of The Mandalorian. I've already played the first 2 games. The first 2 games are kind of an intro, and then you start getting into more things. And then the third game I want to play for a filmed gameplay of that. And then probably review it as well. The tricky part is, well, we'll see. I might play the third. Okay, what I might do is I might film and play the third game, then just play the fourth game, and then review it. There's only 4 maps in the game. There are more ways to mix up the gameplay. I don't know if I feel the need to really dive into those to review it. So I'm going to play the four full maps and whatnot, and then review it. So I may end up reviewing today, but I'm for sure hoping to do a gameplay and a film gameplay of that. Tonight, I'm hoping to do a film gameplay of The Army of the Dead. We'll see if it happens, but that's currently in the works. Other games planned for today. I hope to play Monster Chase today, and probably Wild Garden solo. That's currently the 4 things that I think are planned for playing. There's a possibility more happens, but I think those are the 4 things planned for playing. As far as filming, I plan on filming a Monica's review. Again, depending if I get 2 gameplays of Mandalorian, filming a Mandalorian review. Filming a review for Blueprints of Castle Mac and Ludwig. Was that what it's called? I have it over there in a box. The blueprints, the roll and write, not the roll and write, the flip and write blueprints of, I think it's called Blueprints of Mad King Ludwig. Yeah, Blueprints of Mad King Ludwig. Plan on reviewing that. I feel there's something else I'm going to review. I might review Nature. It depends on how much. It depends on much. I have stuff to do, but that's currently on the agenda for today. Those 4 games. Oh, and it's my turn in a bunch of BGA games, which I see successful comment there. Aloha from Adam. Successful. Adam, okay, great. Aloha. Chat. If you like strategic games, Ark might be let down for you, but if you like tactical games, it sounds like a winner. I think Arks is a game that I should like. From what I know of it, I think I should like it. But despite that, I'm not excited about it. So I can just say, hey, I probably should like it, or I can just use that lack of excitement to focus on the fact that 500 plus games come out a year that are worth paying attention to. Like 6,000 games come out a year, but over 500 come out a year that are worth paying attention to. I can't play them all. So it's fine to let my lack of excitement for a game stay that way. And I might change my mind at some point. I think the things that can happen is either a leader game says, hey, we'd love you to cover Arks, in which case I'm excited enough that I'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll cover it. Or alternatively, I will wait until like a year and a half has gone by and people are still talking about it, in which case I'll be like, okay, fine, let's try it out. Let's see how it goes. Oh, Chad, you're fine. You're all good. I'm not like, I think the thing I'm trying to focus on, the reason I'm focusing so hard on that is the idea that you, not me, you, and all of you watching and everyone out there and me, there's too many games. There are way too many games. You kind of have to learn to let go. And the biggest thing is, like, I say, like, when I was covering crowdfunding, like, you look for reasons not to back. Look for reasons not to be interested. Whether it's player count, whether it's theme, whether it's artists, whatever it is, there are too many games. So I am comfortable looking for any reason to not keep a game, to not love a game. And so, yeah, that's where we are. If you like strategic games, hi Submon, anything new you enjoy on BGA recently? I've been playing a bunch of Faraway. I played Faraway a bunch of Dice Tower East, and I've been playing it on BGA since then, and I really enjoy it. Anything else new? A lot of the same old stuff, nothing really new. Chad Stilson, do you have a DC character or a box idea that you're really hoping for the United campaign? Nope. Nothing. I think with the Unite, like I saw they put out the Green Lantern Corps, and that's, like, I'm excited about that. I'll play it. Sure, that's great. I don't think I have anything in DC United that I'm particularly excited for. Or Marvel United, for that matter, either. I mean, like, I think when I see things, I will be like, oh, I want that thing. But past that, I'm not heavy enough into any of these universes to really care about the thing past the area where past the fact that I want the stuff that they make, I don't know if I care about a particular character. Did they do Condiment King? Did they do Condiment King? Because I always remember from the Lego movie, there's that one scene where they're like, and Condiment King, he's a real character, check him up. If they did that, that'd be funny, but I don't know if I care. Okay. How is Skyrise holding up for you? I'm thinking of picking it up. Fun fact, I just filmed my week in review and I talked about that. I like Skyrise a lot. I played at Dice Tower East, and it improved my opinion of where the game was. I already liked Skyrise, but liking a game is not enough anymore because I have games that I love and I have games that I need to cover. And so, yeah, Skyrise, I played at Dice Tower East, and I loved it. Like, I really had a lot of fun with it. It reaffirmed for me how much I enjoyed it, to the point that if I have that happen over multiple plays, my original rating of it was a 4. But if I had more plays compared to the one that I just did, I'd bump it to a 4.5. I'm not going to do it based off one play, but I was really vibing it. I was having a good time. Aaron Taylor, how is Skyrise? Successful. That wasn't meant as a call-out. I'm trying to figure out what to try next. I didn't feel it was a call-out. I didn't feel it was a call-out at all. I thought it was just a question. I don't know. I don't tend to feel attacked from questions. Usually. Okay. Chad, I hear about your excitement. I'm not trying to convince you. Yeah, you're fine, Chad. Successful. I tried Memoir 444 finally, and I discovered if anything uses dice rolling to determine the outcome without any mitigation for the dice, it isn't a game for me. I've never understood the love for Memoir 44. I've never played it, to be fair, but I have played games in the Commands and Colors universe. I played Battlelore, which has the same core concept. Successful. I would happily, if you want at some point, I would love to play Memoir 44 with you. I think they have it on BGA, right? They have it on BGA, I believe. If they have Memoir 44 on BGA, I would love to play that with you. Which I know I just told you I'd love to play a game with you that you don't love. But I play Battlelore. I'm familiar with the Commands and Color system. The Commands and Color system, for those who don't know, is you have cards that determine which lane you can do things in, and then past that you roll dice to try to attack stuff. But it kind of feels like somebody took like Warhammer as a game concept and said, how can we take the most bare bones, minimal amount of decision space, and then take that game and make it a concept. And so I still want to try it. It would be nice to knock that off my list because I've never actually played it. I've had it at times in my collection, but I've never actually played it. Yeah, since I don't know if you're missing anything. You play a card. That card lets you do something in a lane. You roll dice to attack. Rinse and repeat until somebody wins. I don't know what I'm missing either. I don't even know the rules from 44. I just know the core concept of the Commands and Color system, which is in Commands and Colors. It's in Battlelore. It's in Memoir 44. To a certain extent, what's it called? What's it called was similar. There was a game from Modifius. There, I don't remember what it was. The space game. I don't remember the name of it, but I kind of had a similar concept. Do this thing. You said the rules exactly. Yeah. That is. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay. Lack of internet hiccups has been refreshing. Yes, Revme. They actually. Yeah, it's been very nice with the internet. It's not even hardware or anything. I just got the best possible Wi-Fi. They filled up the internet this past week, so we are good to go. Chaz Wilson, I'm mainly hoping for a BTAS or Kingdom Come box. That probably the only extra thing I'd buy from Base Pledge. I really love those stories. Yeah, interesting. Enjoy it. Successful. Is this really an Alex stream without tech difficulties? So far it is. Chad, Condiment King has already been added open up to the stretch goals. That is good to know, because I think Condiment King is funny. I don't know if I'd play with him past the one time, but I think it's funny. George Castellan, are there any games coming out that you're really excited for? Obviously games that you can talk about. Thank you for the adjustment to that. What games are coming out? The answer is yes. The answer is always yes, but I need to remember what they are. There's always games I'm excited about. There's Avalon, the Riven Vale. I'm excited about that. I am excited for Cyberpunk 2077. I haven't played it yet, but I'm excited for it. I'm only loosely excited for Lands of Evershade, because it's a big box game, which means I'm excited for it, but also there's a backlog for those. What games? Oh, I'm excited for Everdell Duo. I know people won't love that, but I'm excited for Everdell Duo because I like Everdell. I've liked almost everything they've put out. I know. It's games. So what's the name of the company again? Oh my gosh, Tabletop Tycoon, which has that issue. But what else am I excited for? I have to go look at like Gamefound and see what's coming up, or Kickstarter and like see what's coming up. But there is that one Simon project that will be coming up that I'm excited for. Yeah, there's things I'm excited for. Is Dune Uprising different enough from Dune Imperium to own them both in a smaller collection? I don't believe so, from what I understand, but I've only played Dune Imperium. I have both. I have only played Dune Imperium. Successful. Yeah, I played on BJ. I'm trying to understand what I'm missing, so happy to play it again. We'll send you an invite. You said the rules exactly. Yeah, again, I don't know that game itself. I just know the core system. Battlelore added magic and other things to it that actually made it more interesting, and even that wasn't enough for me. So, I mean, that perfectly describes Alex's successful relationship. You don't like that game? Let's play. So, it's casual enough. I wouldn't do it with some games. Like, if you don't like a big, heavy Euro, sure. But, like, I'm not that excited for it, but it's a casual, simple enough game that... I think we can knock out a game pretty quickly and take a turn here and turn there and see whether we're missing something. Because, again, I've played Battlelore. He's played this. Both of us are like, why is this a popular thing? Because it is a popular thing. Do you know how many expansions Memorial 44 has? They have that Air Force expansion that like used to sell for like $300 or whatever it was. It's a popular game system. So the rules exactly. That's because you want to make games happen and trying to understand why it's highly rated. Successful Geek, stop trying to make games happen. It isn't going to happen. George, LOL. Fine, I will uninvite you from the Can't Stop. But I accepted it. A low blow. You can't take cops Can't Stop away from him. What else would he do all day? The man is unemployed. But you playing Can't Stop. What am I playing right now? I'm in the middle of Faraway. I'm in the middle of Federation. And I'm in the middle of Faraway, Federation, and 2 other games. Terraforming Mars. And one other game. I don't remember what the other game was. Hi, Alex and friends. Hope you're all doing well. Hi, all the small T's. Hope you're doing well as well. Terraforming Mars with us. Yeah, I said that one. I've been teaching George Mountain Goats too. Mountain Goats should be fun. It looks like we have our gameplay of... What are we doing again? We're doing Mandalorian. The Mandalorian gameplay just showed up. A.K.A. Meg. How are you doing?
Hello. Do you know what I just did, which I'm so proud of?
What did you just do?
I hopped over this because how bad would that have been?
That would have been bad. For context, I have lights behind me that everyone has managed to stub their toes on.
They're sharp. They are sharp and dangerous, but Alex also makes you take your shoes off in his house. So he's like, I'm just going to make you take off your protection and then lay little traps everywhere and see who bleeds.
It's survival of the fittest.
That's what happens.
But anyways, I've been teaching George Mountain Goats. Mountain Goats is fun. Stream just got 1,000 times better. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Hello!
You can grab a seat if you want.
Can we
I'm
play
closing
a game?
up soon.
Can
Can we play a game on camera?
Yeah.
I don't think so. What do you want to
come
play?
on.
I didn't turn the top camera on, so I have to like...
That's okay.
What do you want to play?
Ooh. Do you have Guess Who? That would
No,
be
I don't
so
have Guess Who.
fun.
I don't have Guess Who.
I don't know. Guys, what could we play that would be entertaining and quick and easy that is also here?
The Mind.
known.
Oh, we could do the Mind.
We could do
Oh.
the Mind. That's quiet, which is interesting.
Oh, that could be fun. No.
That could be really fun. Let's not do it.
There's two issues. The first issue is we don't have top camera, which is not the end of the world. The second issue is that actually playing through a full game of the Mind would be a longer experience. It would be a longer experience. And then the third option is...
Do you hate games? Sorry,
Okay.
does this expire after an hour like a Zoom call?
No, but my afternoon does. Here's what I can do. If I can find, and this is the third issue. The third issue is I don't think I've unpacked the Mind yet. I've unpacked most of the games, but I still have boxes of stuff. I don't think I've unpacked the Mind yet. I think I know which box it's in. If I could find it right away, maybe I'll start it.
Okay, guys, is there like a higher end board game version of Guess Who? Like not actually, but like is there a...
Why is Guess Who on your mind?
I don't know, I kind of want it like... I don't know, because it's verbal. For them.
I'm trying to think what 2-player games... I don't think I want to do the Mind
Hello?
right now. I don't want to get stuck in the Mind.
Conspire.
I don't want to get stuck in the Mind right now. But anyways, we are going to be doing... Are we doing the Mandalorian first? What are we doing?
Start me, I'm still unpacking. Start me, the first weekend I moved into my house, I took all the handles off of my kitchen cabinets. Every single one. Off of all the drawers, everything. And then I proceeded to paint them green about 70% of the way. And that 30% is all over. There's no completed area. And those handles never went back on. And it kills me that I'm going to have to paint them a neutral color to move out. And I never used the handles. Why? Because I like hard, difficult life. And I want to have to open my cabinets every single morning by clawing at them. Like an animal. What were you saying?
I was just thinking what game to play, but I don't know if I have a game I want to play right now. Because again, we're down to the last 10 minutes. Today was for context, today was going to be a short hour-long stream.
Can't Stop?
I know what that one
What
is.
about Codename Duet? That would be a good one.
Can you even see Can't Stop? They can't see Can't Stop.
They don't care about seeing it.
No, I'm not mentally prepped for a game. I know it's fine. I would not play a
Aaron
game.
Taylor says Confusing Lands.
Confused Lands could be possible. No World's Bard played Guess Who with vibes only. It was fantastic. Vibes only? Like, what is vibes only? Like
Alex
hipster?
doesn't know what that means.
Like hipster?
No, he doesn't know what that means. It's like, okay, does your person look like they would own a dog?
So hipster is not okay?
I think, like, if they're giving hipster, but not, like, are they a hipster?
Okay. I mean, that could work, but...
Like, the question would be, like, are they into IPAs or something?
I do have Shipwreck Icon. It's great. A lot of the games... Hey, I'm not mentally vibing a game right now because I have a schedule today. The schedule is I have to get, like, 7,000 videos done so that I could be ahead of things in Gen Con. And any of the games we would play... this is the problem. I'm not... This is why we used to do chaos streams. Because the chaos stream works because it's planned chaos. I can deal with planned chaos. I don't deal as well with unplanned chaos. It's actually a fun fact about this. Fun fact. Here's something just so you can know about this, okay? A little behind the scenes thing. When I'm doing a video, and I may have told you this, I don't even know if I have. When I'm doing a video, when I'm filming a video and the kids are like home, if they're filming at the same time at the home, I will mentally prepare for the fact that someone is going to come down. Because if I do that and they come down, I'm chill about it. Because I've mentally prepared. I'm like, they're coming down, they're coming down, they're coming down. Okay, cool. And then I'm chill about it. The times I forget to, or if they're not home and they come home early or something happens, whatever it is, I usually almost always then stop the camera. Like, they come down, I'm like, cut, done, like something, I'll do a top shot, I'll figure it out.
Flustered.
I'm flustered because I can handle, I can mentally prepare for chaos. You weren't supposed to be here yet.
I just want to play a game.
I understand that.
It's not fair. Stormy says, Meg, we don't play games on this channel. Stop trying to make games happen.
I'm literally about to play a game. She's here to play The Mandalorian. That is why she's here.
I know, but okay, I'll be honest with you guys. I want to play Far Away, but we can't even.
We don't have Far Away.
We can't even.
We're getting Far Away. We don't have Far Away. Anything interesting I should know about on chat?
No, I love how I don't read all of it. The campaign for
Play
North America.
TI4.
I don't know what that's from.
It's a very long game. It's a very, very long game.
Oh.
It's days long. Just Hot Seat, can't stop in BGA. I'm not going to do that. Fate of Roanoke, no. I hate that you're still unpacking. Don't hide between the mattresses. Oh my gosh, Devin. Devin hiding between the mattresses was fire. It was amazing. You still in your tempo? Yes. Play Santorini? No. Hipster would be a vibe. Hipster would be a vibe. Maybe don't play games on the channel. Stop trying to make games happen. The campaign. Hey, that's my stick. What's your stick? Oh, that's funny. I hear hipster have beers and wear little hats. I swear vibing is one of Alex's favorite new words. Been hearing him say it a lot lately. Vibing? When did I say vibing? I didn't even say vibing.
I bet you
here.
did.
Suddenly, Alex likes to play his spontaneity. Likes to play his spontaneity. Likes to plan his Yes, I like to plan. So I don't know if I said this to you guys. I don't know if I said this to you guys, but there's a particular episode of Friends where they're having a party. More specifically, they're having two parties. They're having a party in Rachel's apartment. They're having a party in Monica's apartment, and they're two different parties. And Rachel's apartment is very, very fun. Everyone wants to go there. And Monica's planning out her events. She's like, you have markers, you're going to play games, you're going to do charades. And everything's planned. Everything's rigorously planned. And everyone's trying to escape Monica's party to go to Rachel's party. And my entire life, I have sat there and said, I am freaking Monica. I am Monica. My party, my fun is planned. I don't do chaos. I don't do spontaneity. I don't do like, hey, let's have an ambient day where things happen. I don't. The only way I can do that is if I say to myself, today is an ambient day where things happen and I'm going to be okay with it. And even then, I'm only 50% okay with it. I don't do spontaneity. I do a lot of things, but the reason I'm able to do a lot of things is because I don't do spontaneity. Plan, I'm the same way, so I get it. George, is an homage to you. I thought the video shows were your stick. Co-op, Mr. President. Co-op, Mr. President. More than one stick. I didn't know The Mandalorian was a game. The Mandalorian is a game. Where is it? Where did I put The Mandalorian?
I don't know.
It might be... Well, it's somewhere. It's definitely somewhere.
You don't want to play games anyway.
It's 1:50 p.m. Fun starts now until 2 p.m. Seriously, Meg is exactly what this live stream needed. You know what?
We could do code names. We could do code names. We could
But you can't see it.
Vote now,
How
you
is that
guys. Do you
fun?
want to see us play code
How is that
names?
fun
Yes or
to-
no, right now.
The mind I actually can
Tell
get
me
behind.
right now. Or the mind. Vote between the two. Let us know.
I'll go try to find the mind.
Oh, you don't know where it is? That's the issue?
I said that's the issue.
Also, let me know if he ever said that was the issue, because that's not what I heard. I heard that he didn't want to play games today. We could also play the crew, but the crew... Can you play the crew at 2? I played a new trick-taking game that I enjoyed. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it, but I did a lot. What was it called? I think Sandbag? It was by Bezier. They, I think, did 2 trick-taking games that I played. Is it only 2 trick-taking games from Bezier that we played at Dice Tower Race?
We played only 2 because the other 2 they didn't have yet.
Well, I liked one and not the other.
I found it.
Do you know which one I liked and which one I didn't like?
You liked Sandbags and you didn't like Xylotar.
Yeah.
Spoiler, the review's coming out.
The Xylotar cards were skinny, and I just am not behind that.
I mean, that's an interesting reason not to like it, but
Well, that's
I
not the
support.
only reason. But it's a reason, for sure.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, see, Successful's here trying to back you up.
About what? I said it? He's not here trying to back me up. I said it.
Oh, Things and Rings. Things and Rings, I had such a good time playing. I love that game.
Ricky is addicted to it, I tell you that.
I love it. Aren't all new games this year trick-taking? You know, Successful, it does feel there are a lot of trick-taking ones coming out. Yeah, Sears Catalog, I did not get to try. And what was the other one? Rebel Princess?
Sears Catalog got rejected by USPS because USPS decided for the first month of me being here that I don't actually exist and it's a vacant home. They literally decided that. To the point that the worst part of it is at one point I was like, there's packages here. And they're like, yeah, and that means that no one's taking them inside. Like, they literally, I spoke to my postal lady and she's like, oh, well, I assume that meant nobody's taking them in. So when there's no packages, it was vacant. And when there were packages, it was vacant. I had to, like, chase her down and tell her it wasn't vacant. And yes, I filed the change of residency or whatever it is. Didn't matter. Everything else is there. USPS, Amazon, FedEx, all of it's great. Oh, Amazon. Who got something fun for Prime Day?
Zomder Drummond said, I thought Can't Stop was a great idea. I first learned it in a late night video of Alex and Devin, and it was so fun to watch, and I immediately went to buy that version of the game.
Part of my issue is I also have an issue. We're getting into a little therapy session here. I have an issue in which I want people to have fun so much that sometimes I stop them from having fun because they're not having fun the proper way. Okay? So... this is a real thing where it is manifested a few different ways and a few different times. First of all is it manifests here because I'm like, the top camera's not on, so we can't do it right, so let's not do it at all. It manifests in all the level up planning. Everything the level up team wants to do, I'm like, that wouldn't work well, let's not do it. And I do know this about myself, so I'm often like, hey...
Are you saying ideas that were shut down or ideas for this upcoming year?
In the past and this year.
What's something that you shut down?
Oh, so it's not, I don't shut them down.
What's an example of something
I don't shut them down. What I do is so here's an example of one. This happened today, on a call today. Okay, it's actually interesting. Okay.
You were just dishing so much. This should be the tea. This is the tea live stream. I heard you earlier. I was listening before I got here.
So, this morning, and again, this is an example of just how I am. And sometimes I'm right, and sometimes I'm wrong. But I know that about myself. So, like, I will often say, get a second opinion. This is how I feel about the thing. But this morning, one of the ideas they had is that they wanted to do, they're like, oh, well, and it was coming from somebody who's not a gamer, but they know just enough about the gaming scene to suggest this, and I'm like, that's a terrible idea, but also check with people because I could be wrong.
Okay.
They're like, why don't we have a bunch of the influencers there do a game, like, on stage where people can watch them play. Like, just play a board game. Because, like, that's what people do. They're like, they do this, like, people watch them play games on YouTube.
Right away, I'm like, cameras and microphones. Like,
Yes.
you need everyone mic'd.
Yes.
Like, that's...
And so, like, they're like, they should play a
hard
game.
to do in a
and
way
you have
that's-
people in the room watching them. And they weren't talking about, they wasn't on stage, it was in a room, so it'd be on the same level.
That's
But it'd be
hard.
people crowding around. Imagine you and I playing a game together while everyone watched us.
Yeah.
Like, we're about to film The Mandalorian, right?
Yeah.
We're about to film a gameplay. Would you feel comfortable doing the exact same thing with a bunch of people around the table watching us?
I mean, to be fair, we did that at Gen Con with people.
What did we do at Gen Con? Oh,
Playing
we did
Critter
that.
Kitchen.
We did that at Gen Con. We did. To be fair, I didn't love it, but that actually is true.
It is very hectic, and I don't know how satisfying that would be, because they'd have to... At Gen Con, it's more of a spectacle where you're moving in and out for, like, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if it was an event, like, I just think that's difficult for
This is
sound.
more of a demo table where we happen to have
Yeah.
spectators. But yeah, either way. But again,
I think if it was tournament stuff, like people competing for WSBG stuff, then that's really interesting.
Okay. For the record, I'm going to show you my number. You can show them. You can show them yours. I won't see it.
All right, here, you can have chat.
No, we're playing the mine now.
Well, I'm giving you chat too.
Okay, cool. Show them the card. Take the sticker off of your glass when I find. I do want to take the sticker off. I haven't got
Sticker off of what?
this when I take a sip.
Oh my God, Alex. Is that new?
It's not. It's been there for a while, and every time I see it, I'm like, I should take it off. But I only ever see it when I'm like filling it
Do
up.
you wash that cup?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on the bottom. It's not on the inside. Do I wash the cup?
I'm just checking. Well, I was checking.
Okay.
Just making sure you're doing okay.
I'm about doing okay. Because the sticker on the bottom of my cup. Now was not having fun.
I'm ready.
I'm ready too. I'll go back to chat.
No, we're playing a game.
I know. That's part of me playing.
That you're not supposed to talk.
We're not playing all 12 rounds. Or, yeah, 12 rounds. 2 players is 12 rounds. We're not
Bye-bye.
playing all 12 rounds. Okay, we lost a life.
You wouldn't do it. Like, what do you want
You
me
should
to
have waited longer. Waited longer.
Dear Lord, you guys,
It's
that
92.
was not me. That
It's
was not
92.
me.
Wait, chat, was it her?
I was like, he has
Was
to
it
have
her?
99 the way he's being.
Was it her? You tell me, chat. Oh, wait, no, these three shuffle back in. You have to have the chance, okay?
That was not me. I waited for 10 years.
Okay. Suddenly we need the
I was
line
like,
and PVC cards.
Put it down.
Okay, was a Sabrina Carpenter confirmed? What is happening here? Meg is always right. Stop having fun wrong should be a BoardGameCo shirt. That would be great. That would be great.
So there's a quote, and I can't remember if it's Felicia Day or Will Wheaton when they were on Critical Role. So one of you might know. I think it's when Felicia Day was on Critical Role. And they're saying, like, your fun is wrong.
So, and to be clear, I don't actually think you could have fun wrong. That's not my issue. Some people do have that issue. My issue is I'm so concerned that you won't have fun
I think
that I
more
would
than
stop
this?
the fun. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because in order to make this game whatever, I'll
Okay.
usually
I was
shuffle a
just
bit
checking.
and then still grab from different
I was
places.
just checking.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's try this again.
Are you ready?
Yep.
I'm ready.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
Cool. We lost 1 life. We're down 1 life.
It's alright. We're not going to play all 12 rounds, you guys.
Well, if we lose early, we won't play all 12 rounds. That was a 30.
I got nothing, man.
Just based on the way she plays, I'm going to go ahead and say 74.
Oh no.
You serious? You joking?
73.
Oh!
And then 94.
So, we lose another life. We're not vibing today.
Sorry, we're not going to play all 12 rounds.
But, so normally, for context, I would have waited longer for 74 for the gap. But I was like, I got a new understanding of the gaps and the way you play the gaps. So, I was like, oh, gotta adjust
I
for
feel
that.
like that was crazy.
I got called on Dice Tower Review for the gang because I was bad when I played with Dice Tower East. Yeah, I was so annoyed. I was literally just telling...
What?
Okay, so the Dice Tower Review just put out a review of the gang.
Oh, okay.
Okay, which I reviewed, and it's going up Saturday. And I was telling Meg, like, yesterday, how I'm always annoyed because the Dice Tower always feels like... It feels like the Dice Tower is always, like, 2 days ahead of me on when I'm going to film my video and get it up. And sometimes I'll change the date, by the way. Sometimes what happens is they'll do it, and I'll be like, okay, well, now I'm prioritizing something else to get first coverage.
Well, you know why?
Why?
Because I usually email them the upcoming games that you're playing so they can get ahead.
You're fired.
The call is coming from inside the house.
Yeah. But, yeah, the gang review is going up in, soon. We're not doing well so far. We're not doing well, just for the record.
No.
And I lost chat over here because I haven't been talking enough. We're going to call it soon, by the way, because... Okay, I am ready. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. $14.
Oh no.
You went straight to 21-22. There's not a single pause.
There's been
I mean, sorry.
There's
Being
been so
aggressive.
many
Being
issues.
aggressive.
What a great game to play. Don't worry, we're not gonna play all 12 rounds.
We didn't. We definitely didn't.
Did we lose already? Are we
No,
lost?
you dropped your 55 when I still had cards in my hand and I had 40. So
Oh.
I wasn't sure what was happening, but we lost another life.
I felt like we lost.
So we lost 2 lives. Now we're dead. We will try this on a chaos stream properly sometime when you can actually see what's going on, because this was not the best showing.
Try one more time. Just the
No.
next step. Just do 3 cards again. Like, we don't have to keep going, but like, let's try. Let's try for like 1.
We're gonna do a 4-step round. We'll see if we can do it.
Like, we're just gonna see
For
what
the record,
happens.
you and I have played the mine before. I don't know if we've ever done 2-player, but I know I've played the mine with you. There's one time at least at Chip Theory where we like got a pretty solid round. We went almost all the way to the end, and then we collapsed in the last round. We were doing great up until then.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is.
It's a good one.
We can do one more round, even though we lost, because we definitely lost. To be very clear. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We should
5,
play far away.
6. Okay.
Oh gosh.
7 and 8. There we go. Okay. Are you ready?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
I'm ready.
I have no clue how this is going to go, though, but I'm ready to go.
I'm ready too.
Great.
Nine.
I don't understand your tempo at all. You're fine. You're
You
safe.
just go for it if you're early. It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
The speed at which you play the 21-22 and the 9. I'm not hitting. I'm not hitting at all.
Okay.
Okay.
We have 9, 23, 36.
48.
48.
53.
53.
62.
77.
94.
Oh, okay.
But you didn't pause.
You only had one card left.
You didn't pause.
You only had one card left. What were the odds? It was probably.
How about 25% chance?
I was so right.
You didn't pause.
What should I have paused for?
63 to 76.
I didn't have those. And that's how you play the round.
That's not how you play the mind.
Yes, it is. I mean, kind of.
We happened to get that round perfectly correct.
Perfect.
You didn't pause.
You don't have to. That's not in the rules. No steps were
Anyways,
missed.
I'm going to go ahead and call a stream for right now. I'm going to go ahead and wander over to my computer to hit the end stream button. I appreciate all of you. I'm going to go ahead and film The Mandalorian and get started on all the various things that have to be done today. Well, not started. It's been a busy day already.
I'm going to order a pizza.
And we'll figure out to order those things in a second. In any case, until next time, I'm Alex Bath from BoardGameCo. I appreciate you joining us for stream. And until next time, I hope you have a good one.
Bye.